E85, which is ethanol, E85, 85% ethanol, which is made from mainly corn. Because that down there in Brazil, there's miles and miles and miles of corn and miles and miles and miles of wheat. So food-wise, they're doing good. They're doing so good that they can eat pretty well, and they can take their food source and turn it into a gas. All right? So that's what that means. Now let's go to the next word.
Fat, right? No, dainties. Yeah. The next word is fat. I'm going to click on it. Shaman in the Hebrew, which means fat, rich, robust, fat, rich of food, stout, robust of men.
Yeah, so it's just further, going into the bread, the abundance of bread, the abundance of wheat, the abundance of corn. All right, go ahead. Now, just go right to dainties, because Malak.
Yep. All right, I'm going to go to dainties, the last word. All right, and that's from the Hebrew, ma'aidan. Ma'aidan, which means dainty, food, delight.
Read that again.
Dainty, food, delight, delicately, dainties, delight.
Now I want you to go to
Brazil. Manifestations
I believe it's Mardi Gras, Brazil.
Rio's lavish carnival
Mardi
is one of the
Gras,
world's
Brazil.
most famous. It is famous
And
for the
Wikipedia.
blockers with groups of people specially
You can
trained in
just-
samba schools.
just go to- just go
Scores
to-
of spectacular
just go Google,
floats surrounded by thousands and thousands of dancers, singers and drummers parade through the enormous Samba Drummer
that it?
Stadium dressed in
Mardi
elaborate
Gras,
costumes.
Brazil.
Organizers often compose their own music theme that are added to the performance and singing of classic martinez and samba popular
Well,
songs.
carnival, right. Well, Mardi, but it should tell you. Speak for a minute.
Right. So down in Brazil, they have an abundance of all these different foods, and that's, that was one of the blessings that Jacob blessed the tribe of Zebulon with. And the tribe is, I'm sorry, not Zebulon, tribe of Asher. Now the tribe of Asher, you have Brazil, you have Venezuela, Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, and mainly in the land of Brazil, it's abundant in food. They have the Amazon jungles down there. They have a vast majority of food in the land of Brazil. So the Lord said that they will be fat with their dainties, their royal dainties, and that's what Elder Tahar is looking up right now. All right. So the bottom line is, like I was saying before, now if the Most High opens up your mind, once you hear these breakdowns, then you'll be sealed to be delivered, because that's part of the defense. The first part of the defense is knowing the names of the Most High and of His Son. Then the other part of your defense is to know what tribe you belong to know what your future is going to be. Because once you find out the name of the Most High, the name of Yahushai, and the tribe that you belong to, then you know that you're an Israelite, and then you know you're going to receive salvation. Because regardless of what these other clowns out there teaching, and no matter how many times they try to save the so-called white men and the other nations, they're not going to be saved. It's already written. It's already etched in stone. They're not going to be delivered. So in order for you to be delivered, you have to know what tribe you come from. You have to know what nation you come from. Because if you come from any other nation outside of the nation of Israel, you're not going to be delivered. All right? You're going to be bathed in America in that lake of fire. All right? So that's the reason why the Spirit right now has us going through certain breakdowns, especially on the tribes and other breakdowns that we have to go over, just so that you brothers can know that we're not making this stuff up, that this stuff is in the scriptures, and so that you can have the breakdown for yourself. Like the scriptures say, let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. So once this is taught, if it's meant for you to get it, you're going to get it. If it's not meant for you to get it, you're not going to get it. No matter how much studying you do and how much research and looking up you do, you're not going to get it. Because when the Lord came to the 12 disciples, all he did was tell them, look, put down what you're doing and follow me. They didn't come to him, well, Lord, can you tell me why we got to follow you? Can you show me a scripture in the Bible that says that I have to follow you? They just followed the Lord. All right? And when they followed the Lord, eventually the Spirit of the Lord opened up their mind to understand why they were doing it. All right? But it was a faith thing. It was a thing of faith, which a lot of them guys out there don't have. That's why they want tangible things. They want proof of this and a proof of that. And a proof. You're not going to get but so much proof. All right? That's why Paul said that we prophesy in part, for we know in part. But the things that we know right now is the things that are being revealed by the Lord to give to you so that you can be sealed when that time comes.
Yeah, so we just found it. I'm going to give it right to the brother.
Yeah, we're in Wikipedia, Mardi Gras, which means Great Tuesday. The terms Mardi Gras season and carnival season in English refers to events of the carnival celebrations beginning on or after Epiphany and ending on the day before Ash Wednesday. Mardi Gras is French for Fat Tuesday. In ethnic English tradition, Shrove Tuesday, referring to the practice of the last night of eating richer, fatty foods before the ritual fasting of the Lenten season, which started on Ash Wednesday. Related popular practices were associated with celebrations before the fasting and religious obligations associated with the penitential season of Lent. Popular practices included wearing masks and costumes, overturning social conventions, dancing, sports, competitions, parades. Similar expressions to Mardi Gras appear in other European languages sharing the Christian tradition. In English, the day is called Shrove Tuesday, associated with the religious requirement for confession before Lent begins.
Now that's talking about, right, now that's talking about the Mardi Gras or the Carnival in Brazil. That's the most famous Mardi Gras, and that's where the Mardi Gras in New Orleans, they got that from the Brazilians. They have the parades, the different dance groups, and you have people from all over the world that go over there to that celebration. Now, if you want to get a piece of poontang, man, them women were open because they didn't give a damn about their morals, and then it's said that they're gonna eat fatty foods, rich foods, which are associated with what the king eats. When you read in Daniel, I believe it's Daniel, the 2nd chapter, about the king's meat, the king's food. So that's what they did, because the next day, that Tuesday, the next day after that was Ash Wednesday or Lent. So they got in their debauchery, the night, that last night before Lent, when they can get serious. So the part where it says they shall yield royal dainties, dainties means good food, tasty food that the king would eat. Rich food. That's what it's talking about. All right, you got some more on that?
I had a couple of observations. Number one, the word carnival, when you look it up, it's from the Latin. That's where you get the word carnivore, which means meat. All right? And that's what you... Yep, just like Elder Tom. Yep, the kings eat a lot of meat, and then it gives you the reference in the book of Daniel. And then another observation is, you'll see the picture, there's this guy from head to toe, he's in the color of green. Now, we all know, we did that show on dealing with the tribe of Levi. They celebrated carnival there, and it was the Feast of Bacchus. And Bacchus is another name for the devil. Now, another name for the devil is the green one. So this guy, when you see, he's all dressed from head to toe in green. And another name for the devil is the green one.
Okay, you got something out? All right, now let's go from there to Deuteronomy 33, verses 24 to 29.
Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 24. And of Asher he said, which are the Brazilians. Go ahead. It says